Ryan, as we've talked about in the past, I'm on the job hunt, and part of that for me is figuring out where are these offices at. But as I'm looking up the offices of these tech companies, I really enjoy going on Google Maps and finding people leaving reviews on these tech companies' offices. So, but not about the offices, about the tech products themselves. So, yeah, in this particular case, we got LinkedIn, low review. So it went downhill ever since they got acquired by Microsoft. So I don't know if that's really hitting them where it hurts, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. And you're sitting there wondering, I want to know how the office is.
Yeah, like this isn't what I'm looking for at all. I know it went downhill ever since Microsoft bought it.
I've got a friend that refers to getting directions on like a maps app as Mapquesting it.
Okay, I like that. I like that a lot.
And she's our age.
Oh, okay. So good. So she probably has never used MapQuest.
Yeah, no. But I just think that's awesome.
I like it.
Maybe we should start doing that.
Yeah, I like the retro. I'm gonna Yahoo that. I'm gonna AOL that.
Sure.
I'm gonna ask Jeeves that to go even farther back. Google's dead. I mean, you're still using Google, but you're Ask Jeevesing it. Welcome back, everybody, to 3 a.m. in the afternoon. Thanks for hanging with us. I'm Nathan Gentry.
I'm Ryan.
All right.
Just
Ryan.
Didn't
go with the last name. All right. Oh, that's fun. You're doing a little Beyonce thing. Beyonce, Shakira, Ryan. That's kind of...
I'm owning it.
Yeah, I like that. But thanks for being with us again. Episode 15. It's going to be a good one. But it feels like, to me, it's been a while. Probably because it's been 2 football games since we've recorded.
Think so.
That's kind of how I measure my life. So it's basically been 2 weeks for me.
Yeah.
But Ryan, how have you been? What's been going on with you?
A few things to talk about today.
Okay, sure.
We're going to knock them out one by one.
Just list them off. Boom, boom.
Actually, why don't I do that? Why don't I give a little itinerary
preview
for what I think I used that word last week too.
Okay.
So this is an itinerary of what I'm going to talk about today.
I like that.
First up, we got football game number 1.
Okay.
Then we got trip to Kansas City.
Okay.
All right. Then we've got tour guide stuff. How did that go?
Okay.
Yeah, I see that that made you a little confused.
Yeah, no.
Don't
Your
worry.
tour guide stuff. I thought you were still talking about Kansas City stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
The tour guides there terrible.
Oh my goodness.
Football game number 2.
Okay.
All right.
Sweet.
Let's start off with football game number 1.
Okay.
All right.
From the top. There we go.
Who did we even play? I don't remember.
We played North Dakota.
North Dakota.
Yeah,
that's
Nebraska
right.
v. North Dakota. We're Nebraska boys.
We are.
Ryan, born and raised. Me, just raised. Transplanted, yes.
We went to the game together, didn't we?
We did.
Well, kind of. I showed up and stood next to you.
Yes.
And then we left.
It was pretty awkward.
When the game ended.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, didn't say a word.
It was a victory for us.
Yeah.
But it wasn't much of a victory.
In a real sense, but not a moral sense.
No, it was a crushing defeat for the emotions because we played pretty poorly.
Yes. Which that might be a little preview for the 4th point there.
And that'll show.
Yeah.
I mean, why don't we just talk about it now?
Okay.
We lost. That was yesterday.
Yeah.
In a disappointing fashion.
Yes.
To a D3 school, I think.
No names. They literally did not have a name. They just played.
They just showed up.
Yeah.
I don't even know who they were. I still don't.
I don't know.
Georgia Southern.
Oh, that's who that was. Okay.
It's not like they were Georgia.
Mm-hmm. Right.
They were just somewhere in the state of Georgia, presumably down south.
Yeah, but it's hard to tell with those.
And they beat us by, I believe, 3 points.
3 points, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when we should have beat them by maybe 30, that'll take it down a notch. But
anyway, biggest result from that match, probably not that we lost, but that our head coach has now been
he's on the way out.
He's been pushed out in a way, in a nicer way to say that he's been fired from his job that he's had for like 5 years now. So
yeah, something like that. He also kind of saw himself out in a sense, he could have.
He opened the door and started walking out.
Yeah.
And then someone told him to get out.
Yeah.
So he just finished the job.
Yes. Yeah. So, it's tough for him, tough for the team, really just tough all around.
Yeah.
I think another thing, which I'm not going to pin this on him, but I'm not going to say he didn't have responsibility in this, culpability, is, tough for my head that first game because, in the student section, we're having a good time. We're getting rowdy. We're getting wild. Some people are more wild than others, and things start flying, objects start flying.
That's right.
And you always have to have your head on a swivel a little bit.
That's right.
And I like to think that I do, although not like there's much you can do when there's just stuff raining from the sky. But in this particular case, it wasn't so much raining from the sky as it was just a direct hit from someone a couple rows back from me. I think I was probably talking to you, Ryan.
Yep.
And I see someone in the corner of my eye just wind up for the throw, launch it, and then it just goes straight into my head. And I did take that personally. Unfortunately, it was all a blur.
Yeah.
After that,
it happened so fast.
I was like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Kind of ricocheted. Went further down. That's how much power that.
And you weren't talking directly at me. Yeah. The funny part was that you kind of paused for a second.
Yeah.
And just didn't really know what hit you.
In a sense,
you really didn't at all.
Yeah. So I turn. I see it progress downhill, and then I look back, and I can't find the person who threw it. So
yeah, he disappeared into the crowd.
Yeah. Well, I think it maybe was a she, but
or she. I don't know.
With an arm like that, I don't blame you, but It was a little bit concerning. I'm thinking about wearing hard hats to the games. I think that maybe provide a little bit of extra shade, maybe a little bit of extra protection. Most of all,
might be a good idea.
Yeah, so we'll see. I might think about investing in that, but luckily, no. In game 2, we were much better. In the sense of not getting hit by projectiles, but also much worse in the sense of actually winning the game.
Yes. In terms of winning the game, we did not do that.
Yeah.
We actually lost.
Yeah.
So
it was pretty rough scenes all around.
Yep.
So, that's I would say the bars were probably happy though with the results. That I feel like
if one group of people other than Georgia Southern is happy about the result, it would be it's the downtown Lincoln scene,
right? Yeah,
who definitely saw a larger percentage of patrons that night.
I would certainly guess so. I would say at expected results, that's probably the low points, but at unexpected victories, unexpected losses, they're probably seeing more people than usual.
That's right.
And they also saw me. They saw me last night. I hit the town
That's
to
right.
try to, forget my sadness. And I was successful in that. I will say I didn't have any drinks. Although, I could have.
Sure.
Because I am of age. But
unlike some people.
Right. Some people, imagine
That's
that being
me.
21. Yeah. Anyway, I went to the bars for pretty much the first time. It took a loss to Georgia Southern to bring me out there, but
yeah,
it was a good time. I mean, I think what I enjoyed most was probably not what most people enjoy. Obviously most people are enjoying the alcohol and whatnot, but I really was a fan of the layouts of the bars. Yeah, I thought it was fun seeing the different interiors.
Sure.
What do we got? We got a nice little brick archway. One time, you go down a hallway, you're like, oh, this is a fun room. Turns out not a room. That's the outdoors.
Oh.
Yeah. I just left the bar. No, they kind of had a back, kind of patio area.
Mm-hmm.
Fun stuff, Ryan. Oh my gosh.
It opens up the room.
Yeah, it really does when you don't have a ceiling.
Yeah.
So we had that. And then we also went to a more dance-oriented bar. And I had a good time. I'm a big dancing guy.
I noticed that about you.
Yeah, you do?
Uh-huh.
When at the football games, probably.
Just at the football games,
Sure.
Earlier today even, when I walked in and you were just dancing.
Hey. I was just throwing down some moves.
Yeah. Did you do a little dancing?
Oh, I did a lot of dancing.
Okay.
I did a big dancing. Yeah, I had, I like, feeling the music, feeling the beat.
Sure.
One thing that I wasn't huge on, or maybe was just more confused by, was the DJ. We had a particularly conversational DJ last night. I don't know if that's usual or not, but one of them I can kind of understand. Which I actually didn't hear when she said it. I had to ask someone, like, what did she say? She said, "Are you ready for the second beat drop?" And then she was like, trying to get the crowd, rallied up, which frankly, I didn't know there was a first beat drop, if I'm being honest, but that's neither here. It was there. But the one that really kind of stuck out to me as being like, well, I don't know about this. She goes, "Hey, do you guys mind if I play some of my own music here?" And I don't think we have much of a choice, but go on, because you're not gonna say no. I mean, I guess you wouldn't say no in normal conversation either, really. But I don't think you really should have asked that. I don't know.
So how was her own music?
It was fine.
Okay.
I wouldn't have noticed if she.
Yeah.
So I guess that's a positive note for her.
No lyrics or anything. Just.
I think there were maybe. Difficult to hear that, but.
Difficult to tell if it's just her talking as the DJ
right.
or her singing
there were
the
more
lyrics.
Questions in there. But yeah, I don't know. You can't really. She kind of asked it a couple times, and it's like no one was really getting behind it, but she still did it. I think. I don't know.
Sure.
I'm guessing it was maybe more of a marketing move on her part. If you liked the song, you're like, oh, this is her song. Mm-hmm. But I don't know her name, so I can't look it up. Am I gonna Shazam this? I don't know.
Did you like it?
The song?
Yeah.
I mean, it was okay.
Okay.
I don't know. It wasn't great.
I don't know. I didn't hear it, so I don't know if it was
right.
Good or not.
And I can't really acapella it for you because it's mostly kind of an EDM song. Yeah. But I just don't know. I feel like she should have just played it.
Maybe.
But
and then
hey, I'm not trying to tell her how to do her. I mean, I am, but
yeah,
maybe this is normal. I don't know.
It is your first time out, so
yeah, exactly.
And I can't tell you if it's normal or not,
right?
So maybe put that in the comments.
Yeah. Is this normal? But anyway, so that was a good time nonetheless. Danced the sorrows away, and really
came out on top.
So maybe Scott Frost will be out there tonight, dancing away his troubles.
Maybe.
Which he's got a lot of them.
Yeah.
Or maybe he's going to be on the job hunt. So
that's possible.
We'll see. I'll probably leave a low star review for Memorial Stadium. Say,
yeah. Not a fan
Scott Frost
of
really
the recent performances here.
Yeah, exactly. How about we go to point number 2?
Number 2.
Which was Kansas City, my old stomping grounds.
That's right.
And maybe my future stomping grounds, depending on how things go.
That's right. You used to get around down there.
Yeah.
Actually stopped by your house.
Oh, okay.
Talked to your parents.
Sure. How are they doing?
They loved meeting me.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. I talked about you. So I saw your old room.
Right.
Everything. It was really cool.
Yeah. No decorations in there. So not much has changed.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually though, there were a few things that I did there. Mm-hmm. I think first one that I want to bring up, went to a museum.
Okay.
The Nelson Atkins Museum.
Atkins,
Have you been?
One of the greats.
One of the greats.
I went in elementary school, and
I wasn't a fan.
You're not a fan?
I wasn't a huge fan.
How are you not a fan? It's free.
It is free. That's one of the pros.
Yeah.
So I got a pros and cons list. All right. Okay. Pros.
Boom.
I love museums.
Sure.
So it's already high on my list. All right?
In terms of things to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Also pro, like you said, it's free.
Mm-hmm.
So that's great.
Yeah.
Huge fan of that. And I was also a fan that it's like multiple floors.
Yeah.
A lot of museums I've been to are like one floor, but it's like very wide. Spread out. I guess. Yeah. This had stairs.
Oh my gosh.
Elevators even.
That's some of my favorite things to see in museums.
Yeah. And it was, you say that jokingly, but the architecture was nice too.
Yeah. There you go. I'm seeing all pros right now.
Yeah.
Pro.
Yeah. And the cons aren't like a huge thing to complain about.
Okay.
But it was mostly like.
So don't, maybe. No.
So maybe just like be happy with what you did. I didn't like the way it was organized. So it was this is a problem, maybe I shouldn't be singling out the Nelson Atkins Museum. This is the problem with a lot of museums.
Yeah.
They organize them based on like culture or group or like,
which I think
something
makes sense
like that.
Personally, but maybe I'm open to hearing new organization styles.
My recommendation is a timeline based approach.
Okay.
So you start at the earliest period and you progress through human history from there.
Okay.
In sort of a route based fashion. Maybe there's some logistical issues here. I don't know.
And
I'm not a museum planner.
Set up?
No, it's more set up as this one, not so. It was more set up with the cultural groups, but then it didn't seem like there was a timeline structure within those either.
Okay.
It seemed like kind of items that were similar were near one another.
Right.
I don't know.
Or
just like, here's where the statues are. Here's where the paintings are.
Oh, okay.
So that was kind of my problem.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I can see that, I guess.
I think if it was in a timeline fashion, it'd be a little more like immersive. I don't know.
Yeah.
Instead of like walking into a room and seeing, oh, here's a statue of whatever next to another statue of whatever that have little to no relation to each other. I don't know.
That's fair. I think that's. I'll bring it up to the folks there.
I know you know them.
I'm very close with them. So
yeah, I know you. Yeah, you talk with Nelson Atkins on a daily basis.
Of them. Yes. Yeah, they're both number 1 and 2 on my speed dial. So
nice. Anyway, just let them know. I know they listen, so they're probably gonna hear anyway.
Yeah, but I mean they're right away. They're always texting me right when things come out, say loved it and whatnot. So I figured let's kind of send some negative feedback their way. Yeah, but we got some pros.
Other one last thing that I wasn't a huge fan of. So we spent most of the time in the historical portion of the museum.
Okay,
it's about 4:50. Museum closes at 5.
Oh,
so we're saying let's go down and see the contemporary art for the last 10 minutes, and then we'll leave. We get down there and they're like, museum's closing right this way.
We can speed run it.
We can go. I was like, I don't need 30 minutes. I just need the 10 to see what's going on in here.
I'll be in and out real quick. Yeah.
And it's not like the doors were like 5 minutes away. They were actually like 10 seconds away to leave the building.
Oh, sure.
So they're like, come on, the museum's closing. I was like, the doors are right there. Right. Like, why can't I just enjoy my free admission to the museum?
Right. Say, I didn't pay for this. Okay. And so I expect my money worth.
That's right.
Yeah. They're just making sure that you get that. You get a free experience.
Yeah.
Say, if you want to see this, you're going to have to pay some money. Yeah.
Frankly, I'm a little surprised that they let us in at all, because based on their admission,
we weren't wearing shirts or shoes. We were kind of
this was probably our fault.
Okay.
There was, I think, about 10 of us.
Okay. That's a good sized group.
And that's the word you used, is we were considered a group.
Oh.
And groups need to apparently register in advance. Well, we did not do that.
I don't know if I like that.
I don't either.
It's like, okay, well, what if we were just 10 individuals?
Yeah.
How about that?
What if I just came in like in pairs of 2 and said...
kind of Noah's Ark style.
Yeah.
You get them in there.
Definitely. And then the flood washed away the entire museum.
Right. Exactly.
So... then they gave us this like little like handout that said like group guidelines or something. I don't know. We didn't read it.
Group guidelines. Don't go into the Contemporary Art Museum with 10 minutes left.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
That was probably
in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's rough.
Anyway, all in all, I seem to do this a lot on the podcast. I describe something very negatively, but give it a very positive review. And, 4 out of 5.
4.8.
4 stars. It was it was cool because I'm not sure if I said it before, but I like history. So
it's it's rated highly in terms of museums across the country.
Yep.
Maybe across the globe. I don't know.
Sure.
If you rank us in terms of countries across the globe. Have you been there before?
I had not. No,
first time. You're the first time Nelson Atkinser.
I am. How many times have you been there?
Oh, one.
Cool.
Yeah. Again, elementary school trip. We hit up the Money Museum. Did you go to the Money Museum?
No.
Oh my goodness, Ryan.
Apparently we missed a lot. What's the Money Museum? That sounds awesome.
So the Kansas City is home to one of the locations of the Fed.
Yeah, that's right.
Missouri actually has 2 locations. Only state that has 2 locations. So
that's wild.
They
must really need the help.
Missouri facts. Yeah, we got all the money. But anyway, so attached to the Fed is this money museum where they talk about how money is made. I think they print money there, and they give you a little bag of shredded money on the way out.
Wow.
So
maybe they should stop shredding the money and actually use the money.
Yeah, exactly. But I spent a good...
You think they print the money just to shred it?
Yeah. No, you watch it. It just goes straight from the printer.
Talk about inflation.
Right into the shredder. We're inflating the piles of shredded money.
That's great.
But anyway, yeah. So we... that was kind of a mainstay. I don't think I have it anymore. But I spent quite a few years of my life trying to piece that back together.
Threw it away when the places told me they wouldn't accept it.
Yeah, so. This is actually equivalent.
This is worthless to me.
Yeah, this is equivalent to $100. So maybe we could just
listen. You spend $200 worth of your time putting this money back together. You got $100 to your name.
Boom. Exactly. So,
that's cool. I'm sorry I missed that. Maybe I'll go back and.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably not even one of the top museums in Kansas City, but
sure.
It was the on the. What is it called? Itinerary for that particular school trip.
The school trip circuit?
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. Maybe I need to go back to Kansas City for the 3rd time in like 2 months and check that out.
Sure.
So
you also got the Negro Leagues Museum, the Jazz Museum. We got a lot of museums. World War I Museum. Did you go to that?
Okay, we were going to go to that.
Okay.
We ran short on time because we ended up doing a different thing, which was pretty cool.
Okay.
It wasn't a museum, but it was more of an interactive experience.
Okay.
Maybe not interactive. It was
the college basketball experience.
I'm trying to think of how I want to put it.
Okay.
So one of the people on the trip might be listening right now. I don't know.
Okay. Sure.
But
always a possibility.
Their uncle apparently is like a brews his own beer.
Okay, fun.
So we went to his house.
There's probably quite a few uncles that do that of people listening here. But
went to his house and he basically showed us like how it works.
Okay.
And like the process behind it.
Sure.
And it was actually pretty interesting learning like the chemistry behind how like brewing works.
Does he sell this or he just
no?
It's just for personal?
That's illegal.
Okay. It's illegal.
Yeah.
Well, if he had a license, it probably.
If he had a license, it wouldn't be.
Yeah.
But,
okay. That is kind of a fun. Yeah, that's kind of a off map museum kind of situation.
Yeah, it was kind of it was an in-person experience.
Yeah.
I mean, not that museums aren't.
Right. We actually went remote for Nelson Atkins. They still wouldn't let us in the contemporary. But yeah. That's fun.
Yeah, it was interesting. He was talking a lot about yeast. I learned more about yeast than I thought I ever would in my life.
Okay.
So
that was cool. It's a living thing, right?
It is.
Does it die off? And I'll quiz you on this.
Sure. I learned a lot. So
it's
go
more
ahead.
of a quiz where I don't know the answers. So you can really just say anything you want. Is yeast alive in beer?
By the time you're drinking it?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay. It's died off. You killed it.
But it is alive during the fermentation process.
Okay.
Although there's sometimes dead yeast as well, which you don't want as much.
Oh, you
that
want
kind
to
of
limit
settles
that.
near the bottom, while the living yeast is like swirling. I don't know. It's kind of just settling. No, it's just suspended in the mixture.
Okay, sure. That's good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That was my main question.
That was your question? Okay. That was a short quiz.
Yeah.
The one other thing I want to mention from the trip, which probably ranks highest, which is unfair because, like I said, the museum was cool. That was also cool.
Yeah.
But this was like, in terms of most awesome things I've done in
your life?
In my life.
Oh my gosh.
Not even that it was exciting. Well, it was exciting. It wasn't thrilling. It didn't like give me an adrenaline. Well, maybe.
All right.
I'm just going back on everything I've said so far.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Let me be the judge of this.
This place was called the Bar K.
Oh, yeah. Barquet?
You're familiar?
I've never been, but
You've
I'm
never
familiar.
been?
Yeah.
So we went there. We were on a tight schedule, so we were only there for about like 10-ish minutes.
10 minutes. Yeah.
And honestly, I wish we could have stayed there the whole day.
Okay.
So this place is called the Barquet.
Mm-hmm.
Bark.
Okay.
Because
I get it.
because it's a dog bar
Yeah.
/ cafe kind of deal.
Yeah.
Where people bring their dogs and just let them like run around in this little grassy area.
Mm-hmm.
Can order like food and drinks and whatnot.
Yeah. It's kind of a grassy knoll.
They've got like double gates situation so that dogs don't escape.
Oh,
so kind of like it's like an airlock basically.
Yeah. A dog lock.
Yeah.
Dog lock. Boom. Oh, dog lock open.
And the dogs are so friendly. Like they're coming up to me.
The dogs they're the best.
They're the best dogs. You would not believe these dogs.
Unlike the other dogs, unlike the Lincoln dogs, these dogs are friendly.
No. Yeah, these were not Lincoln dogs.
I feel like dogs kind of have a reputation for being kind of man's worst enemy.
Yes.
Kind of, that's how I think about them, at least.
And these, I would say, were man's best friend.
Okay, sure.
They were just running up to us and like wanting to just like jump around. I mean, they were excited. They were like off their leash, kind of playing with other furry creatures.
Sure. Mostly
namely
dogs. Probably.
Yeah. Playing like fetch.
Sure. I'm familiar.
Eating their dog treats.
Sure. I've done that before.
Yeah. They're so good. And just all around having a great time.
Yeah. And what were you doing? Because you didn't have a dog.
We did not have a dog.
You were playing with other people's dogs?
I was playing with other people's dogs.
Okay.
They didn't mind. That was the best part.
That's, yeah.
It's like they're here to
Up
expose.
Here, you kind of have a reputation. Like, don't let Ryan play with your dog.
Yeah.
Down there.
That's gone around
Yeah,
in this space.
Exactly.
Thankfully, the news hasn't reached down south.
Yeah. Quite yet.
But yeah,
that's good stuff. So, yeah, I've never been. They've got this dog area, and then they've got also a bar. Is this like a coffee bar? Is it a alcohol bar?
As far as I could understand, we went during the day, so it wasn't in bar mode yet.
Oh, bar mode was off.
Yes, I believe so. There was a switch. There was a light that said bar mode.
Yeah, it's kind of like Krispy Kreme, like fresh now, hot and fresh.
Yeah,
this was bar mode. It was off. So,
as I think, during at a certain time, you can start. It becomes like a full bar area. I don't know.
Start drinking.
But when we were there, it seemed more like a cafe. Like get like a sandwich and some coffee or something.
Yeah, that's fun.
We didn't do either of those things because, like I said, we're on a tight schedule.
Yeah,
and we're mostly there for the dogs.
We're here for the dogs, and we gotta go.
Yeah,
you have a 3-dog quota, and then we're getting back in the bag. We gotta go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You do have to sign a waiver to get in. That says like they're not responsible if a dog bites you. I guess I didn't. Sue me. I didn't read the waiver.
Okay. All right. Well, you might have done if something had happened.
I might have signed my life away. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But fair enough. I don't.
For sure.
In terms of creations by humans, this is one of the top 10.
Top 10 Barquet is top 10.
It's top 10.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible.
It was awesome.
If
you're ever in KC, I recommend heading over there.
Yeah,
I would recommend you go next time.
Maybe I will. I will say I'm not a big dog guy. So
you don't have a dog.
I don't. Well, so technically not allowed, but I also probably wouldn't have gotten one if it was up to me.
Yep.
I just wasn't raised with dogs. I mean, I'm not trying to.
Why do you hate dogs?
I don't. I feel like my main gripe with dogs is I don't know what they're doing. What are they doing?
What's going on in their head?
I never know what their next move is going to be.
Sure.
I feel like they're kind of a shady bunch, and are they going to jump on me? Are they going to bite me? I don't know. Part of that was I was not raised with dogs or animals of any kind, and so that kind of contributes. But
I think that honestly just tells me even more that you need to go there. It's called exposure therapy.
Exposure therapy. I will overcome my fear of dogs by going to Barquet.
Simply going into...
First, you stand outside the dog lock and you just watch. You just see what's going on. You try to pick up on their habits. What are kind of the different ticks that they've got? Well, probably, hopefully not actual ticks, but behavioral ticks. Then you get into the dog lock, but still not into the yard.
Yeah.
Then you go. Then you pet. That's kind of the stages, the 5 stages of overcoming a dog fear.
Yep. Yeah.
So
out of the frying pan into the fire.
Right. Exactly. So, yeah, that sounds like fun. Maybe I will.
It was a lot of fun.
There we go. Maybe we'll go.
We could go.
This is one of your
I
top
would be
10.
down to go back. Maybe we go there and then we go to the Money Museum.
Yeah.
And then hit up a few other locations.
Yeah, a few other. That's kind of the top 2 spots in KC.
So I've heard.
Yeah. But that sounds good. That sounds like a good Labor Day weekend kind of trip.
It was.
Good time hanging with friends and figuring out what's going on with beer and dogs. What's going on with each of them, but not together.
Speaking of beer and dogs,
sure.
This is another just random kind of tangent.
Yeah.
Have you heard of dog beer?
No.
It's apparently.
In what sense? Is it for the dogs?
It's
or is
for
it
the
for
dogs,
humans?
I guess.
Brewed by dogs.
Well, I don't really get it.
Sure.
I think it's for both. I think it's
Okay.
for humans, but it's safe to give to your dog.
Okay.
I think most beer isn't safe to give to your dog. I don't know. I've never given a dog beer.
I certainly haven't.
So I think
that's kind of the 6th stage of becoming a dog beer, giving it beer, having cracking open some beers with some brews with my dogs.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good trip.
It was.
Do you know what's going on with Labor Day? Like what? Why
can't we wear white after Labor Day?
What? I've not heard about that. So
that's just something my mom always told me.
Really?
I never understood.
You can't
it
wear white after. Really?
I think it's a fashion rule.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not wearing white right now. My socks are white.
Dang.
This is kind of like
you're kind of a rule breaker.
It's a light pink. It's a pink. It's a light pink.
I wouldn't say it's white. Maybe in the right lighting.
I probably will wear white tomorrow.
Oh,
so
all right.
Don't tell mom.
Okay. Mom, turn off the podcast.
It's all good. She doesn't listen.
Okay. Oh, we dodged a bullet there.
I think it's like I don't know where it came from. I don't know why it's a thing.
Yeah.
Is it because of winter? And it's like it seems like that would make you blend in with your surroundings. Maybe that's better.
Yeah, I think so. I'm always trying to blend in with the surroundings. Trying to be as camouflaged as possible.
Yeah. In terms of survival instinct, you would want to wear white during this time.
Exactly.
That's how polar bears do it.
Yeah, that's right. The polar bears, they are so unfashionable. I mean, they don't know what they're doing.
Yep.
Actually, polar bear fur is translucent, I think.
Is it?
That's what I've heard.
I thought
it just picks up snow and stuff.
I wasn't familiar with that.
If you look through night vision goggles, you won't see polar bears. You're not in the Arctic Circle.
Have you worn night?
You're probably not. They're not around.
You go to the zoo.
Yeah. Those are 2 facts that I'm not 100% confident on, but I think they might. I think they're right.
Okay.
I've definitely heard them from maybe one or two sources.
The Omaha Zoo. They've got polar bears there.
That would be kind of fun.
Have you been?
Yeah, I've been.
Okay.
I've been multiple times.
All right.
I've been to there more times than you've been to the Nelson Atkins. I'll say that.
I'm pretty sure I've been there more times than you've been to the Nelson Atkins too.
That's also probably true. But that's fun.
So do you know what's up with Labor Day?
No. It was an open-handed question. I feel like why? Like, how did that come about? It's celebrating work, but you're not working. Well, some people are working still.
Yeah. But
kind of the more, white collar government workers are not working.
Are they wearing white?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. That wasn't really going anywhere, but I'm just curious.
I don't know. I'm sure
they're like, we've been working pretty hard.
In like 7th grade, they taught us the significance of it. But
maybe in your school. I don't know. I was kind of, they didn't really explain the public holidays in my school. So Thanksgiving,
4th
what's
of July.
Up with that? Yeah. I don't really know why we're celebrating things, but no, I like to think that, early on in America's founding, I don't know do other countries celebrate Labor Day?
Probably. No, I don't think so.
Yeah. We're like, we've been going pretty hard. We just think maybe we call it a day.
Yeah.
We call it we'll take Monday off for the country and we're good. But anyway, no, I had a good Labor Day. I hit up the lake on Labor Day. I went to a friend's house. I went to the lake. Now, one thing about me, or 2 things about me, maybe. 1, I'm mildly afraid of dogs. 2, I'm mildly afraid of swimming. So we didn't really do exposure therapy there. I mean, we did the first step maybe, which was staying on the boat at all times.
Near a lake.
Yeah, exactly. We were near a lake. I saw the lake. Then I got on the boat and I stayed there until we got back to the dock. I will say I've swam before and I think I still can.
Can you? Yeah,
but,
that was my next question.
You know, it's been probably a couple of years now since I've swam.
Oh, wow.
And mostly because I thought about, do I go to the pool this summer? But it's like, if it's just me,
it's too scary.
Why am I going to the pool?
Yeah.
What am I doing there? You know, I feel like if you're going to the pool, you probably need to have people to go with, you know, because otherwise you're just kind of waiting around. Like you're like not really going anywhere.
Yeah.
You're not seeing anything new. So I'm kind of an anti-solo pool visit kind of guy.
Uh-huh.
But maybe that kind of comes from my fear of water. I don't know. But anyway, so I decided not to get in, mostly just because it would be pretty embarrassing if I had an incident, drowned, that sort of thing.
That would be pretty embarrassing.
That would be hard to come back from. I'll say
definitely.
That.
Reputation would not recover.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone would be laughing at me.
Yep.
You can't swim. But anyway, I actually went to a man-made lake.
Did you? Nice.
It wasn't intentionally like, we're going to make this a lake. I don't know if that's what you're talking about. That's what I envisioned you talking about when you said they were man-made lakes. This one in particular was more, let's try to mine something here or whatever. It was a quarry. Uh-huh. And then one day the quarry flooded and they're like, well, we're done here. So I guess we'll just kind of pack it up. There's still equipment at the bottom, apparently.
Oh, nice.
Which is fun. Excavators and whatnot. So I like that. That's
that probably is what made you afraid. Just
yeah, exactly.
What if I hit my foot on the
excavator?
I'm sure they were they were pretty.
Yeah, they were peeping out of the water. Yeah, they were. We had to kind of dodge them with the boat.
What is that over there?
Yeah. Say, oh, that is a conveyor belt.
You know, a little fun fact about a lot of the lakes in Nebraska.
Okay.
A lot of them are man-made, and a lot of them are from sand excavation.
Maybe that's what this was.
It might have been.
Probably.
Normally they take the equipment out before putting in the water.
Well, they didn't put in the water. The water got in there itself.
Yeah.
It said, all right, I'm coming in. And they did not. They weren't ready for that.
I know about this because my friend used to work at a sand plant.
Okay.
They produce sand.
Okay.
But in a way that not made it out of thin air, but they mined it.
Right.
And then after they were done, they would create lakes and then sell the land as like a lakefront neighborhood.
That's a pretty solid business
Seems
model.
like a good business model.
That's pretty great, actually.
Yeah. According to my friend, the work was extremely dangerous, and that's why he quit.
Oh, well, that's probably good for him.
I don't know if he quit. Yeah, but
OSHA, if you're listening.
Anyway, yeah, it seems like that might have been what's happening here.
Yeah.
But like I mentioned, normally they like to recoup the equipment.
Yeah. This one, the sump pump broke. And then it's like, well, we're going to have to get a lot of sump pumps because it's like 70 feet deep.
Yeah.
So, anyway, that was kind of a fun. I like that. There you go. That's an education. Don't say we didn't teach you anything.
That's right.
I mean, you can say that if you already knew that, but you probably didn't. Do we want to move on to bullet point 3 for you here?
Bullet point 3.
Yes.
That's right. Which was...
Let's see. We had...
Do you remember?
Game day number 1. We had Kansas City tour guide was number 3.
That's right. So last episode, maybe, or 2 episodes ago, I mentioned I'm giving tours for the College of Engineering.
Yeah.
More specifically, tours for the School of Computing. That's like computer science, software, computer engineering.
Right.
It's only 3 majors, which is important because I've got a little bit of a bone to pick with how this tour system operates.
Okay.
And it's even worse because my supervisors have acknowledged the problem, but they're kind of like in a waiting period of, we can't do anything about it right now.
Sure.
So we're just going with this method. So here's how it works.
Mm-hmm.
There are tour guides. I'm assuming you know about this. Maybe you did this.
Yeah.
Tour guides that give tours of campus.
Yeah.
So you come and like visit on a weekday or like during a big event, and they'll show you around campus. Like, here's Memorial Stadium, here's the Union, whatever. That's not what I do.
Right.
Once they're done with that, they come and drop off these students at like whatever college they're applying to.
Yeah.
So it could be like business, engineering, natural resources.
Okay.
What other colleges? Journalism,
arts and sciences.
That's a big one.
Probably the biggest one, actually. But yeah,
could be any of those. So the College of Engineering is like in Nebraska Hall. Do you know where that is?
Yeah, I'm somewhat familiar. It's kind of under construction.
They're building that construction actually like just finished.
Okay.
They're building another building nearby. That's not as important.
Right.
The important thing is the School of Computing is not there. It's actually by Memorial Stadium. So we've got Nebraska Hall and School of Computing are about like 10-minute walk from each other. What I don't get is they dropped these students off at Nebraska Hall, talk to them for like 30 minutes, and then say, all right, we're going to the School of Computing. And then I have to walk them 10 minutes over to this building. And I don't know what to talk to them about during. I'm saying, how was your day?
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Yeah.
They're asking me all sorts of questions. I don't always know the answer. They're saying, what's that building called? I'll be like, I've never even been in there.
Seen that, I don't think.
Is that new?
I think that just went up. Yeah.
And they asked me about the new athletic building that's being built. They said, what's that one called? And I said, ooh, I don't think they've named that yet. I don't think they've given that a name.
Yeah, that's unnamed. It's probably not going to have a name, maybe.
Anyway, I've given 2 tours so far. To the first set of tours was to a set of twins.
Okay.
Sure. That was the worst because I started the tour, started the 10-minute walk. I said, all right, so you are, and they both gave me their names.
Sure.
And then about 10 seconds passed and I forgot. So I didn't refer to them by their names again.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
We go through the building. We go to this other building which has a supercomputer in it, and then the drone lab.
Sure.
Where
that's
they build
under
the
the stadium.
Yeah, it is. Fun. It's actually the old athletic recovery room.
Okay.
Where the teams would go and they had a sauna in there. Apparently the sauna, where the sauna was, is now where the supercomputer is.
Okay, sure. Both lots of heat. Probably. Yeah. It's probably equipped to handle quite a bit of heat.
That's right. And then the second tour went pretty well. Both of the tours went really well, actually. I was up front with them. I said, hey, this is my first time. Go easy on me.
And then, hey, this is my second time.
Let me know.
Go easy on me.
Yeah, this is my third time.
Yeah. Hey, this is my 40th time. Go easy on me, please.
I don't really know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
It has just been very hot like this past week.
Yeah.
And so by the time we make it over there, I'm sweating. Drenched. I'm out of breath.
How about this heat, huh?
I'm talking the whole time there. So I'm like,
It's
like, this over here. This is where we're going to have a lot of your classes. Anyway, it's been fun, but after it's over, I feel like it's the most I've talked within like a half-hour period in like the past couple years.
Including the podcast.
Including this.
Wow.
Because I'm talking fast.
Oh, I see.
And I'm talking about a lot.
Sure.
Here we're talking slow. We're kind of not talking about anything important.
Right. So the level of importance of what you're talking about will drain you more.
Yeah. I read a study about that.
I feel more rejuvenated after this podcast.
Did you go on one of these tours, by the way?
I mean, I'm sure I did, but I've definitely forgotten about them. So if that makes you feel any better, what you're doing isn't making a difference.
Thank you. That does make me feel better.
Yeah.
I never went on one of these. So I actually don't. I mean, they gave me a few like practice runs of like, here's kind of what it looks like. I still don't really know what it looks like.
Sure.
So I'm kind of just going based off of what I think people might want to hear about.
Yeah.
So
I think so. That sounds like a good plan, at least. How about we try to brainstorm some questions for you to small talk conversations.
Okay.
To have, maybe what's your favorite computer, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
You're looking at computing.
You like computers.
Yeah. What are you, a nerd?
How many printers have you fixed?
Yeah, that sort of thing.
There's a admission requirement of at least 10 to get in.
Yeah. I don't know how I got in.
Yeah.
I lied on my resume. But
I told you a bit about this already.
Yeah.
But after the tours are over, kind of like in the next few days, you write like a little postcard to the people that came visit, say like, hey, thanks for coming.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit about myself, why you should come here.
Yeah. You should come here for me, I would say.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I always feel kind of bad because it seems like I'm writing the same thing for every person. But then I remember I'm writing like a lot of these, and it's kind of hard to become creative. There's only so many ways to say University of Nebraska-Lincoln.
Sure. That's probably going to be constant.
Yeah.
I would say. The college that's located in Lincoln, Nebraska, associated with the state.
The secondary education institution in the state of Nebraska's capital.
Right. Look it up. Parenthetical.
Parenthetical, not Wesleyan University.
Sure. Well, that's good. And I was going to say like, well, no one's going to know, but the twins would know. The twins would know.
That was kind of where I was. These actually need to be different.
This does matter. This has a material impact. So that would be tough. But then you've got two kind of templates to go off of.
That's right.
And you boom, boom, boom. Mm-hmm. Instead of boom, boom, boom. So
anyway,
good luck with that.
I've got a few more this week.
Okay.
That I'll be doing.
Good luck with
those. I assume they're going to go well.
Yeah.
From what I've heard,
a good starting point.
Every one of them is different, where sometimes you got students that like to talk.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got students that don't even want to be there.
Right. That's a classic.
You got parents that want to talk. Sometimes you got parents that don't want to be there.
Yeah. That's kind of the four different.
Yeah. It's a matrix.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Where you really don't want to be is in that neither of them wants to be there. Or maybe you do want to be there. Say, hey, it's hot out. I don't think any of us want to be here. How about we just call it a day?
We say that this happened, but we actually didn't do the tour.
Say, tell my supervisor, I'll be writing your postcard. Anyway. Ryan, I've been on there's kind of been a little bit of a small pattern being two things that are related happening to me recently, which is trying new foods. Okay. And I say two things happened to me. Actually, one of them actually happened and I failed at one of them. So the first one had ramen for the first time recently. The instant ramen, of course. I felt like this is one of my last years to do it. I feel like, as a college student or young adult. So tried it out. It's a steal. I mean, it's an incredible deal. I see why people get it. Yeah. It's about $1 for a package.
Makes you wish you had tried it sooner.
Yeah, exactly. Until you taste it. And then it's like, this is not very good, actually. And I maybe see why it's priced at this price point. And maybe it just wasn't the time for it. I was eating it. This was a late night kind of adventure. And I went with the teriyaki beef.
Okay.
I don't know. There were two options that I could have gotten. I could have gotten the chicken flavor or the teriyaki beef. And I went with teriyaki beef. Now, one thing I forgot about, there's not actually meat in there. So it's just powdered flavoring. But I decided to not go with the chicken because it's like, what does that even taste like?
Then there really wouldn't be any meat.
Well, you're right. Yeah, it said chicken flavor. The other one just said teriyaki beef, I think. I don't know. They were more upfront with the chicken. But the thing with chicken flavoring, everything tastes like chicken. So it's like, I don't know what this is going to even taste like. But
it tastes like chicken. It's good.
It was a bit of a mistake.
Gotcha.
It was smelling pretty good when I added the water, and then I microwaved it, and then it didn't smell so good anymore. So maybe I should have just had it raw. Smell
is a big portion of taste.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Some people, I don't know who says that.
Yeah, I don't.
Someone out there.
I've maybe heard that once or twice. So that didn't go so well. But then I was like, all right. I came into an opportunity to try coffee for the first time, and which I've had these opportunities in the past, I should probably say. But I was going to a coffee shop to meet up with some folks. So went there. I'm like, all right, I'm going to get coffee. Like, this is the time. This is the time to do it. It's in the morning, which is not, always true for when I'm going to coffee shops. But anyway, I walk in and the person I'm meeting with is already there. So it's like, all right, like we're up in line. And that was really my mistake. So I had a little bit of a going in position, I should say. My brother told me like, hey, you maybe if you're starting out, maybe go with the mocha because it's basically a hot chocolate, but they've got some coffee in there. So I'm like, all right, bet this is perfect.
I like hot chocolate.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, all right, we're going with the mocha. And so I'm looking at the menu. No mocha. There's Irish mocha, but like, is that?
I don't know what that is.
I don't know if the Irish are known for their hot chocolate.
Or their coffee.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. So I don't know what we're doing here. We got Irish mocha. I'm looking around. I'm not seeing anything. But then again,
I want the Irish mocha. Hold the Irish.
I don't want the Irish in there. Okay, I don't want to let them put Irish in me. But anyway, I'm under pressure.
Your people are behind you. You don't know. Yeah. You don't want to get to the front of the line and not know what you want.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be pretty embarrassing.
My friend orders. The issue is he's very familiar with coffee shops, and he just gets a black coffee, so his order is very easy. That doesn't leave me much time to kind of go over the menu more. And so I'm like, all right, we're aborting that. We're just getting the hot chocolate. we're going the mocha, hold the coffee. And so I get a small hot chocolate, which is kind of my go-to at the coffee shops.
Wow.
But anyway, I did feel a little self-conscious about it because this person that I was meeting there, I was meeting for the first time.
Okay.
And so I'm like, I'm sorry. I don't know.
Don't judge me.
Yeah.
But
I wouldn't blame you if you did. But please don't. But anyway, so the cough comes out just to kind of give you a feel for how flustered I am. They kind of, someone's order is ready. They put it out and they're kind of looking at me. So I'm like, oh, is this my order? So I go and I start grabbing it. I'm like, wait a minute. This doesn't look like hot chocolate. This has ice in it and it's caramel colored. So this probably isn't mine.
Yeah.
But I still thought about taking it. maybe I could have wanted. I still tried coffee for the first time. It just wasn't my order. But anyway, that was the second time that I was kind of flustered when I was ordering that week. I got some late night Topper's pizza. This was after game day number 1, actually. Okay. Went to the C-store. C-store's closed. I'm like, all right, well, now I've got it. I need to get some food. So went to Topper's. I bring this coupon. It's like free breadsticks, whatever. I go in and I'm like, all right, we got this. Let's order. And he's like, oh, actually, with this deal right here, and he's pointing in this paper, like it's actually cheaper if you get the large pizza. If you pay for the breadsticks, but you get a free large pizza if you review us in Google Maps. Like, okay, all right, yeah, I can do that. And so, I'm trying to read this sign, but it's incredible how quickly I lose my ability to read when I'm in any sort of pressure situation. I'm going over it. I didn't get a single thing from that. It said something about you can include a name if you want. It's like, my name's going to be associated. I don't know. So I didn't do that. I just said best late night pizza in Lincoln. I tried to kind of niche down to not. If you scroll through
if you're at any other time of day, maybe consider another place.
Yeah, maybe not. No,
late night though, right here.
It legitimately. I do stand by that.
Sure,
I do stand by that. If I'm going to put my name on something, I want it to be true. And it's one of.
If I'm anonymous, then
right, then I'll say whatever I want. But they are open till 3, which I wasn't there that late. It was like 11 p.m. But no one else is open that late. So. Anyway,
best and only late night pizza choice in Lincoln.
Yeah.
That's what you should have said.
Yeah, only late night pizza choice in Lincoln. And I'm not saying that from like a preferential standpoint. Like this is like you have to go here. Like you actually have to go here because it's
no one else is open.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm.
Well, in the ramen thing, for one, good on you. I'm not a huge fan of it either.
Sure.
So I see where you're coming from.
I gotta say, like I wanted to like ramen. I feel like.
You went in optimistic.
I feel like actual ramen is pretty good.
Probably.
How could you go wrong with like noodles and it's like a soup,
Mhm.
it's, which I'm not a big soup guy, but I feel like ramen would be good, but the instant ramen is not
Sure.
it.
You get what you pay for, right?
Right.
And you paid very little.
I got $1.
So,
I got $1 out of that.
Yeah. It's like when you pay nothing to get into the
Right.
Nelson Atkins Museum
Yeah.
and they kick you out
Yeah.
when there's still 10 minutes left.
Very analogous. Nelson Atkins is I've always compared it to ramen, instant
Yeah.
ramen. Yeah.
In terms of the coffee,
Yeah.
I don't like coffee.
Yeah. Have you had it before?
I have.
Okay.
I'm not a fan. I think it stems from my childhood.
Oh no. Okay.
And that sounds bad, but
We're getting
actually
deep into some childhood trauma here.
It's just because my mother does not like coffee either. She
Okay.
really hates it.
Maybe it's
In fact,
genetic.
she hates the smell of it, the taste,
seriously?
anything tangentially related
Sure.
or directly related.
Just seeing a coffee shop makes me mad.
oh yeah,
That sort of thing.
get angry.
Yeah. Get mad.
But also I don't like the taste either.
Okay.
And I also don't, I got a Mountain Dew right next to me,
Sure.
but I don't like the idea of drinking coffee to wake myself up.
Sure.
If I
You're
need to wake up,
kind of an anti-stimulant kind of guy.
sort of,
Sure.
unless it's like caffeine,
Sure.
Which-
okay. Yeah. Which is in coffee.
which is in coffee.
Yeah.
but
so-
if I want like caffeine, I'll drink a soda or something. I don't
Yeah.
know. This also kind of comes from a monetary standpoint where I think it's too expensive.
That's fair. That's fair.
So when I go to a coffee shop, I'm with you. My go-to is hot chocolate.
There we go.
It's kind of rough when it's the middle of summer and you don't really want a hot chocolate.
Can I
But
just
you
get a chocolate
also-
milk? That would be great.
That'd be great for you.
Yeah.
Mr. Chocolate Milk over here.
That's 5 times in a row. Actually, not 5 times. I think I'd had chocolate milk before, but I'd really only had chocolate milk when I came to college.
Mm.
And now I'm all in. All my
Yes.
all my drinks are in that basket. So
Yep.
So
So I think I've been to a coffee shop like 4 times in college total.
sure.
And all 4 times I've gotten hot chocolate.
Okay. Nice.
So,
There we go.
and it's good,
Yeah.
but it's not like it's hot chocolate. It's milk and chocolate. Like
Heat it up.
how do you specialize this? Yeah, add a little flavor, like a different flavor.
Yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that.
It's.
I mean,
it's-
maybe
I
it's good,
haven't.
but
I didn't.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's different techniques that you can
Maybe.
you can go. Are you just doing the Swiss Miss packets, or are you actually cooking
Yeah.
it up? Which cooking is probably not the right word to put there, but that sort of
Say
thing.
like I don't think I would go specifically to a coffee shop, order a hot chocolate because it's better than any hot chocolate I've had anywhere else.
Right.
Like-
It's just because you're there.
I've never experienced that before.
That's fair.
So let's maybe get on that.
Yeah.
And maybe I would actually start going.
Yeah. All right. I'll work on a chocolate bar. That sounds great. Are you kidding me? Chocolate bar?
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, hot chocolate milk,
Chocolate.
regular chocolate, different types of chocolate pastries.
I worked
Cocoa
at
Puffs.
an internship a few summers ago where they sent us a chocolate package. That was
Okay.
pretty cool.
And just imagine that,
Yeah.
but in a bar form.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was
Call it Bar C,
that's right.
and it'll be right next to Bar K.
Yeah. And it's just chocolate everywhere.
Yeah,
It's like
it-
it's like a little candy land.
Yeah, it's like Willy Wonka's factory.
Yeah, a little chocolate river.
Yeah.
It was at a place in Kansas City, from a place in Kansas City. I'm forgetting the name, but it was
American
like
Century Investments.
no,
Oh.
I'm talking about the chocolate place.
Okay,
That was where the internship was.
There you go. Was it Christopher Elba?
Funny story. They actually do financial decisions and they make chocolate. And
Okay,
so they're kind of in a dual business model.
Yeah. They
where,
diversified.
Yeah, they kind of did a horizontal expansion there.
When the market's down, chocolate is up because
Yeah.
people are sad.
I've
and so
always heard that.
They want to.
That's right.
Kind of
If you're
drown their
not
sorrows.
investing your money in stocks, you're investing your money into chocolate.
Chocolate. Yeah, exactly.
Um,
Was the chocolatier Christopher Elba?
no,
Was it Russell Stover?
no, it wasn't. It
Both
was
Kansas City places.
really.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting the name,
Well, that's fair.
but it was
That's super
like
important.
a Swiss place.
Okay. Swiss
Started
place.
in Kansas City. Anyway, really good.
There you go.
They sent us like
It was
these
Swiss Miss. Was that
Swiss Miss.
Okay,
They
yeah.
had great hot chocolate. By the way,
Killer.
They,
It was
sent-
powdered. It was
It was
insane.
just you just drank the powder.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
they sent us these little like chocolate covered orange slices. And,
Okay.
like kind of those were amazing.
Sure.
And also these little mint leaves covered in chocolate.
Okay.
Sounds like, what's this going to taste like?
Does
I'll
it
give
taste
you a
like
hint.
chocolate mint?
Incredible.
Oh, seriously? You like
and
that?
like chocolate mint.
Okay, nice. Are you a big mint chocolate chip ice cream kind of guy?
I am. That's probably my go-to flavor.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
I don't get the hate on that. Like, do you not like it?
Well, I don't know the last time I had it. I don't know if I've ever had it, but I don't love the idea of putting mint in with my chocolate.
Well, the thing is, it's not like mint gum.
Sure.
It's just, I don't know how to describe it, but it's like fresh. It tastes
mint.
fresh.
Yeah. Yeah. Versus gum.
I think it's stale.
Yeah.
It's gross.
Yeah.
I understand. So I feel like some people think it's going to taste like spearmint, and it doesn't really taste like that.
Yeah. Mostly the green is probably kind of.
But then you get the chocolate chips in there too.
Okay.
Mint chocolate chip.
Now it's a party.
Yeah.
All right. There we go.
What's your go-to ice cream flavor?
Go-to ice cream flavor? I mean, out of everything, lemon.
Lemon?
But, yeah.
I don't know that I've ever had lemon ice cream.
Well, I would highly recommend the lemon blueberry from 402 Creamery.
Okay.
That's the best. Bonacone has a lemon, not as good. I like the refreshing nature of it. I know that I've actually gotten some hate recently about that within the past couple of days about choosing fruit flavored ice creams.
Why?
Because they like the decadent ice creams.
I'm not a big fan of the decadent.
Sure.
Funny story about that.
Okay.
I was talking not about
never trust a decadent ice cream. Right.
not about ice cream. I was talking about pie. Okay. With some people.
Dude, yeah.
I am a big fan of the fruit pies over the decadent, like chocolate, like cream based
Charlie
pies.
was giving me hate about this also within the past week.
It's like, I'm sorry, I don't want to eat a cake instead of a pie. Like I want...
If I'm doing a pie, I'm doing a pie. All right. How about this though? Have you ever had a refrigerated pie? Refrigerated fruit pie? Refrigerated apple pie might be my favorite thing.
What do you mean? Like from a cold instead of warm?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's better.
I would say I really don't. Some people prefer warm pie. I don't really like cold is fine.
Yeah. There you
just
go.
As good.
I'm saying cold is preferred.
You're saying it's better?
Yes.
I don't know about that. I actually haven't had it in a while.
Well, maybe I'll make you an apple pie and put it in the fridge.
Okay.
And we'll eat it.
And I'll make you some mint ice cream.
Okay.
And we'll reconvene next time.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So I think we have some good action items there.
Sure. While we're talking about food.
Yeah.
I got a little confession to make.
Oh, no.
In that I failed.
Oh, no.
I failed. Yeah.
No.
Yes.
No, say it ain't so.
So it's Sunday, right?
Yes.
This past Monday was Labor Day. And that's why.
Sure.
I talked about this last time.
So many excuses.
It's an excuse, but it's I didn't even remember it was a Monday because I was in Kansas City.
Yeah.
So one, I was on vacation.
Yeah, exactly.
Two, it was a holiday.
Yeah.
That's
if you're taking off work, you should also take off diets, I think. That's my stance.
That's fair enough.
On things.
It's like what happened at the amusement park. I was on vacation.
Right.
So I wasn't thinking about it.
Yeah.
And then I just, instinctively eat meat.
Yeah, exactly. When you're on vacation, what's your favorite part of vacation? Probably eating meat. That's my favorite part, personally.
So that's my fault. And really, I didn't even realize it until the next day, Tuesday, when I was like,
what day is it? Tuesday?
I messed up.
That means that we probably had a Monday.
If today's Tuesday, then probably 2 days ago was Sunday.
Yeah.
And the day after that is Monday.
Yeah, in between there.
Yikes.
Unless I hibernated through that, but I don't think I did. Well, that's tough. Are you going to continue with your attempts?
I'm going to continue. We got one coming up tomorrow. So
mark your calendars. maybe set some
maybe
set some
that's
reminders.
what I should be doing.
Yeah.
That would probably make it a lot easier than just trying to remember.
Yeah.
But my hope is that eventually I won't have to remember. It'll just become a thing.
A habit.
A habit. Sure.
Habitual.
Habit forming.
Yeah. With Ryan Ruby.
So the last streak, the one that just ended, was 8.
Okay. That's not a bad streak.
That's 2 months worth.
8 weeks in a row.
Apparently a month isn't 4 weeks. So
yeah, right.
I heard about that.
It's not. Not exactly.
But
I was going to say that's probably
resetting.
longer than any streak that I've done, but we've been doing this podcast for 15 weeks now. So that's not bad.
Podcast streak remains unbroken.
It's frankly longer than I think anyone expected it to go.
Yeah.
But,
Or maybe wanted it to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
But, oh, dude, we have a voice memo.
Seriously, what do we got?
Yeah. I forgot about that until right now.
Okay.
Opened up the Planet Fitness app on accident.
There you go.
I don't know why I still have that on my phone.
Hey, I think I still have that on my phone too.
Okay, nice.
Don't have a membership, but
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah. They got some at home kind of things, I guess. I don't know. Let's see what we got here.
Who's it from?
It's from Cooper Sheets. Cooper Sheets. You've met him before.
I know him.
Yeah.
Not well, but I know him.
The title is Hypothetical Thinking Emoji Face. Thinking Face Emoji.
Have you listened to this?
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't. So this will be.
I listened to it and then I kind of forgot about it. But here we go.
Hello, 3 a.m. in the afternoon. This is Cooper, long-time listener, first-time caller. My question for you is a hypothetical that I used as an icebreaker, and I want your thoughts on it. So let's say your good friend gets into a big accident.
Oh my God.
They have to amputate their leg.
Oh no.
Your friend decides, hey, I want to keep my leg, and I will actually hire a professional chef to prepare my leg. Make, leg tacos. Your friend invites you over and tells you about this.
Sure.
Do you eat your friend's leg?
Sure.
Curious your thoughts. Have a good one. Keep up the good work.
Thanks, Coop. Thanks for the voice memo.
Thanks for that.
I am going to be probably more wary of eating tacos around you, particularly if I notice that you lost one of your legs. But yes, appreciate the voice memo. If nothing else, I think maybe you have a question for your 10-minute walks here that we can bring out.
There you go. Nice little icebreaker.
Yeah, exactly.
Get a little lighthearted humor in there.
Yeah,
or dark.
Yeah, maybe. I'll just let's on 3 here maybe. 1, 2, no.
Yes. Oh,
okay.
No.
You're just saying no.
I don't know that I would be friends with that person.
It would definitely kind of raise some questions for me.
I think I'd be like,
mostly,
no, I'm not eating your tacos, and also no, I'm not coming back over for dinner ever again. Lunch, or maybe
talking to you.
Sure.
But maybe if you ride with me, I'll take you to some sort of rehabilitation facility because I don't think that's really what we're doing here, just as a species,
in society, as a civilization.
I'm gonna try to do.
I'm sorry that you lost your leg,
right?
but this is a weird way to cope with it.
Don't get me wrong. Yeah, the first stage is cooking your leg, and then you'll get past it. No, you'll get past it. I feel like just to take the devil's advocate.
Sure.
And that this is maybe a little bit kind of satanic. No, I don't know. I could see it is cannibalism for sure. But it's not like you're eating someone else. You have their permission. So there's that.
You have your own permission. Yeah. I think there's a word for that. I think it's auto cannibalism.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of like autobiography.
Automatic. And that you are automatically a cannibal if you do that.
Well, yeah, that's one way of interpreting it. It's kind of like an autobiography, a self-written biography, except this is self-eating your own leg.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we can probably officially go on record and say we're not kind of condoning that.
I'll veto it.
Yeah, veto. Boom. I'll veto, pocket veto. Either way, I'll pocket veto, and then I'll just kind of leave and let them figure it out.
I'll leave the dinner for I think 30 days, and boom, pocket veto,
and then we're not friends anymore. So that's sort of thing.
Yeah.
But. Definitely one of the
wait
more...
for all my other friends to get a 2/3 majority to force me to eat the leg.
Yeah, and even then, I'll pocket veto their friendship as well and say, no, you're not going to force me to do that. So definitely kind of an interesting question that I hadn't considered before. I'll say that.
Interesting question. if Congress passes a law forcing the president to eat a leg,
would it be yours? Would you offer yours, or would you make the president eat his own leg?
Would he pocket veto the law? Another interesting hypothetical question.
Maybe it depends on the president, but I would say most of them would probably.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Great. Well, hey, that's a voice memo I wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
And frankly wasn't in favor of.
Oh, okay.
But I'm glad that
it does make you feel a little something.
Sure. Have you ever watched like a cannibal show?
I
think Dexter is up there. Sure. My sister's a big fan of that.
Really?
I've never watched it.
Maybe, hey, Ryan's sister, leave a voice memo. If you were in this situation, what would you do?
I'm just not a big fan of like serial killer type of shows.
Yeah.
And when you add cannibalism into the mix too, it's kind of a...
Yeah. We know you're not a crime show kind of guy.
Yeah.
And so that kind of tracks. And that it is criminal, fairly criminal. But nonetheless, I do still want to encourage any sort of voice memos.
That's right.
Coming in here. We'll
cannibal themed or not.
Yeah. Maybe not. But anyway.
Great.
Excellent. I'm trying to here we go. Just, checking if we've got any reviews or not.
Sure.
No, we haven't. All right. No. But if you want to change that, definitely feel free to leave a review on the Apple Podcasts or on Spotify. We hit a new landmark number on Spotify.
There you go.
So if you want to know what that is, maybe go check and then
press the button.
Bump that number up. So
unless you've already pressed the button, then don't press it again.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yes.
To episode 15.
Yeah. The big 1-5.
5 times 3.
We'll see you next week on a square number.
There you go.
Excellent. See ya. My mic is sweaty. My knees are weak. My arms
are heavy.
All right.
Shoulders clicking.
In my t-shirt already.